Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Jessica Vosk, great to chat with you today. Thank you for joining me.
My pledge. My
So,
pledge.
I want to discuss Hell's Kitchen on Broadway, your Amazon show, the Sleigh tour, and more. But what I'm most intrigued by is the fact that you're a Jersey girl.
Baby. And raised. Born and raised.
Yes, exactly. So I do want to take it back because you are a Jersey native. I know you were raised in Clinton, you went to Montclair State University, you went from working on Wall Street to Broadway, and you can't get more polar opposite than that.
I know. I really like, you know what I really used, as people like to say, like we don't like to half-ass anything. I really use my whole ass in everything that I do. So I really came from the strangest chameleon life, which is kind of cool if you think about it in the end. It has shown me what I'm capable of, for sure.
Yeah, I find it to be so interesting. So, I mean, I kind of want to know if you could give me like a brief overview, like the good, the bad, the ugly of your life
Absolutely.
pre-Broadway.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think a lot of people, when you're watching people who you love on Broadway stages or on TV screens or film screens, you think about how lucky they are and how easy it's been for them to get there.
Yeah.
But, it's not. It's a peaks and valley uphill climb. I had a ton of what we would consider failures along the way. I mean, I didn't go to theater school. I thought I wanted to. I I went there for a semester. It didn't work out for me the way I wanted it to. I completely went to a community college and worked at a Chili's. Shout out Southwestern egg rolls. And and I just kind of did as much as I possibly could with the skills that I had at the time, knowing that in the back of my mind, I loved to sing the most. I mean, singing and acting and being on stage was the thing that gave me the most passion. I just stopped doing it for a really long time because I thought that the smarter thing to do would be to get a real job and impress my parents, and that led to super dark times in my life where I wound up, using alcohol as a crutch, and then I had to get sober, and that was a whole journey of being at rock bottom by yourself and having to climb out by yourself, and the strength that that gives people. I think people don't get enough credit for that um when they talk about going through that kind of journey. And it's really what led me here. One day I was sitting at my desk in my huge corporate job wearing my, adorable suit and heels. And I just remembered saying, this is not what I'm supposed to do. And everyone in my life thought I was nuts to leave. Everyone thought it was the most secure job that I could have had, health insurance, benefits, and then I was going to go leave and audition for Broadway. So, I I really made some wild choices, Will. I made some wild choices, and I call them leaps of faith. And that beautiful Michael Jordan quote of "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take," I live by it because I'd rather fail a million times to get to the one success.
Yeah, and I give you credit because people always are acclimated to take the safe route. And I feel like a lot of people don't like the choices they made in life because a lot of people's choices are uh, in, influenced by others, whether it's their family, whether it's their significant other, whether there's many factors that go into it, their friends. So I give you credit for just saying, this isn't working for me. Fuck this. I'm gonna try what I really want to do and go the unconventional route. And it's clearly worked out.
It worked out, again, leaps of faith only work if you're willing to take them. And, you have to also be willing to say, listen, I might fall flat on my face, but at least I tried. At least I tried. And that for me meant knocking on tons of doors and trying to meet a lot of people and networking and exhaustion and working that 9 to 5 corporate job while also moonlighting and singing uh every Monday night at a cabaret thing, hoping that somebody would hear me. I mean, that's what it was. This was pre-social media. It was pre-iPhone craziness. I mean, it was kind of the beginnings of what my life on Broadway could be. And it really took some time for me to understand and to get there. And it just meant believing in yourself more than you believe in anything else. And I think that's also very hard for people to do these days because you see on our lovely little tiny computers, you see what everybody else is doing and you think it's
Yeah.
real and you think
Yeah.
but it's not. It's not. So that's also the other ammo that I have in my life now is I I like to show people or those who follow me that this is not glam and glitz and a 10 out of 10 every day. It's more so zero glam, zero glitz, 100% work. You're the CEO of your life and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like how you're just very direct with everything. And I think your story is inspiring to a lot of people who want to pursue their goal, but they feel guilty doing so because of the life that they've been
Mm.
indoctrinated with, they're supposed to live or follow. So I give you credits and look at you now. Big congrats for a full year starring as Jersey in Hell's Kitchen on Broadway.
You.
You started that role, like basically, you've been on it for basically a full year because you started that December 12th, 2024. Last
Yeah.
show, November 30th, 2025. That's a
Yeah.
great run. You got to work directly with Alicia Keys. How has that been? Like, give us
Oh,
like some inside tea.
yeah, I'm gonna give you the tea, honey. I mean, the coolest part about it was that it fell into my lap. I got a phone call. I was in LA one day and working out there, and I got a call from my team, and they said Alicia Keys would like to meet you. And I said, for what? And it turned out that they said, well, this role's opening up. They want you to be the next person to do it. And you'd meet with her and chat with her and have a conversation. I thought, this is a woman who I have sort of idolized in the world of lyricism and composition of music and growing up in the MTV VH1, when you actually watched for
Music
videos.
videos, yeah. And they made quality ones too.
Yes, and she was a video queen, honey. I mean, she
Yeah.
was she was the one putting out the actual theatrical videos of the time that I thought were so cool as a little theater kid. But we wound up, ships in the night, and then we finally made a meeting work. And I remember walking into the room with her, and we just chatted for about 45 minutes about life, and then we sang together. And I thought, okay, you know what? I don't need this role. If the only thing that happens to me is that I get to sing No One with Alicia Keys, I'm good. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm good. I don't need to do anything else. I'm good. Well, it turns out I booked it. I got the call a couple days later. And it was a whirlwind. I mean, I started in November. So you're right, it will be truly a full year of my life at Hell's Kitchen. And it's been amazing. I mean, the fact that Alicia Keys is so present is also something that you don't see, I think, from celebrities of her caliber, right? She's at
Yeah.
the top of the pyramid. But she really is a boss. I take a lot of inspiration from her as a woman. I take a lot of inspiration watching her as a woman of color doing what she's done from such a young age, which I think is being in a show with such a heavily diverse cast, mostly of Black actors, being the white girl who has always had the reverse happen, right? I'm in casts that are usually very white facing casts.
Yeah.
There are a couple of you know actors of color within the cast, but this is very different. It's an incredibly beautiful experience to be the person to get to learn about this culture. Um, and so I came into that and it has honestly, I think about it, I have 1 week left. It starts to hit me like right now. I'm thinking, oh my God, I really only have almost 1 week left of this show. And it's been one of the greatest experiences to be back on Broadway in this particular show. Tonight, in fact, I will be singing with Alicia Keys after the show. She's coming to the show tonight and we do these little encore sessions. So after we finish the show tonight, we have a little concert with her. So I get to
Oh,
sing
I
the
love that.
song with her, and that's the great thing about her. She knows who you are. She knows what you can do. She lets you feed into the actual excitement of what you can do so that you feel the best while you're doing it. And I think that that is something we don't see enough of when it comes to creative teams on Broadway, letting the musicians and the actors really take the lead of saying, "Hey, I'm really good at this thing, and can I try it this way? And if it doesn't work, we can scrap it." And Alicia is a brilliant person at saying, "Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it." So working with Michael Greif too as a director is somebody I've always wanted to be in a room with. He did Rent. I mean, that
Oh, I
was a show
love Brent.
growing up that, right? We ogled over Rent. It was the coolest show to exist in the 90s. Um and so working with him was always a dream. And I've had such a beautiful time. It has been a learning experience for me in every single way, and I'll be very sad to leave. I will.
That's so nice to hear how involved she is because it's not just, you could tell like it's not just another business opportunity for her. Like it's she's still invested in the art.
That's right.
And I love hearing stories like that, especially about of people of her caliber, that it's still about the art for them.
Yeah,
And
and I think
with other artists.
yeah, she's a kid who grew up in Hell's Kitchen. She grew up in Manhattan Plaza, right? The show it's so prevalent and also extremely relevant for anybody who lives in Manhattan Plaza or is an artist and still relies on that housing. I mean, that's what her life was. So I think there's a ownership that she takes of this show because it's her story. And watching that and knowing that she is the one to create that, I think was a really huge uh responsibility for her. And I think she has taken that super seriously. So being the person to come in to be the second person ever to play this role, um, I take that very seriously because it's based on her mom. And her mom is also very involved, and her mom will be there tonight probably. And uh she's a firecracker, and it has been an incredible experience getting to know her too, because a lot of times we play characters who are made up and or they've existed out of the ether of some other kind of story, and this is a real woman that I get to play.
Yeah.
And there's also something really cool about that.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Have you gotten to know like her family as well?
Yeah, they're always, I mean, her husband will visit with their kids, her brother, her mom. I mean, they're a great family system, and they all love art. They're all extremely successful and musical in their own right. And her mom, I mean, her mom is an acting teacher. Her mom grew up acting, and it's kind of beautiful to see her mother watching her dream happen on a stage.
Yeah,
So, and that goes to show that celebrities, they're just like us. I mean, they really are. There are a million things that Alicia does, and she is super glam and glitz, and she can get anything that she wants in the universe. She has worked hard for it, but she still remains extremely human, and we feel that as a cast. And I think you can see that when you come to the show, because you see that there are a lot of people that are still in this Broadway cast that have been with it for years and years and years. And that's a testament to the type of boss that Alicia is.
that's awesome. You're really a part of like a full circle moment.
I am. I am. It's so bittersweet. It's so bittersweet in the best way, in the best way.
And also, you kick off your holiday right after that. You go from like one thing to another.
I
Uh,
sure the F do, babe.
yeah, there's a little bit of a crossover there too that last week because you kick off your holiday tour Sleigh to support your album of the same title,
Yep.
November 22nd, spanning through December 21st.
Yes.
So, what could fans expect on this tour?
Oh gosh, I'm an unhinged baby. So the fun part about me is that the album is it was done out of a labor of love, and I wanted the best team possible on it. So I kind of assembled my Avengers of music production, and the album has it turned out so fantastic. It came out right when I started Hell's Kitchen last year, so I never got the chance to tour it or really do kind of what I would call a re-release this year of the actual album. So the fact that I get to talk about it and do this mini tour for a month is pretty spectacular. So you're gonna get a bunch of the songs from the album. There's standards like, Oh Holy Night or Mary Did You Know or Do You Hear What I Hear? We have like my favorite thing, so I can throw in a little Julie Andrews because, my soprano's not dead yet, babe. And then I also wanted to still do what I think people want to hear, which is, of course, I'm going to throw in Wicked. Of course, I'm going to throw in
Yeah.
Chess. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm throwing in Waitress. Um, because I know where my bread is buttered. And my goal with this show is that we're in a really crazy time right now.
Oh
And
God, yeah,
I,
you're telling me.
and I really, really, really feel very strongly about allyship and um especially within the LGBTQIA plus community. And that for me is a lot of the reason why I made this album. I mean, I rewrote a song called The 12 Gays of Christmas. That's really, I mean, the song that most people
Yeah.
want to hear on this tour. So I'm utilizing some gay choruses in whatever cities that I'm coming into. And I want to have, I want people to feel like my concerts, and I think that this has always been a thing with them, is a safe space to come to feel like you can listen to your favorite music. You can be a part of the concert. People shout out and sing all the time. It's super interactive. This is no different, except for the fact that I'm going to be wearing an ugly sweater with a gingerbread man on it. So that I think is really what's fun. I've never gotten to do a Christmas tour before. I've done some Christmas shows here and there, but to be able to bring a nice curated show to a bunch of different cities where a lot of people have been dealing with uh
I know.
some
Like, where do we start? Where do we
nasty
start?
shit. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking nasty shit. And and I just don't believe in that. And if there's anything I can bring to the table to sort of you know, combat any of the governmental blues that we happen to have right now in 2025, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it loudly.
Thank you. I love that. Yeah, more power to you. Because I mean, where do we start?
I mean, that's the thing. Like anything else, because I'm so vocal, I get a lot of flack about it, which I don't care.
I think
Anybody
it's
can.
great because I feel like people have become less vocal because, especially over the past year, because they're afraid of like the repercussions, and that does no one any help.
It doesn't. And for the people who do feel like they need to zip it up or be more quiet, I at least like to say, okay, well then I'll pick up the slack in that moment because I do not mind being very loud. I do not mind ruffling feathers. I do not mind making people feel uncomfortable. I am a morally based human, and I think right now that's the stuff that we need in order to really affect change. And we all knew this was going to happen. We all knew this was going to happen. And now it's just making sure I'm on the right side of history
Yeah.
of making people feel, especially those who are othered, especially those who need allyship, that like I'm the person who can do that. And if I can sweep through your city, uh, that happens to be in a state like Indiana, or it happens to be in Southern California, or it happens to be in a place where there is a lot of dissent happening. And I can bring my allyship there so that people feel like they are in a space where they can be themselves. That's what my concert is. That is what will make me the happiest. Singing is great, but making people feel seen is greater.
Yeah, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I can't wait for the tour. I'm gonna try to come to the New York City date.
Yeah, baby.
And what
Last date.
yeah, exactly, the finale. And I interviewed and I met David Foster earlier this year.
Oh,
And I'm so curious, how is it working with such a legend?
David is pretty incredible. I mean, we met on a whim. I had worked with him on some early boop projects, and we clicked. His musicianship and my voice and musicianship, we kind of just melded together. We have the same sense of humor, which is sarcastic and sort of, like I'm gonna throw a jab at you and I can take the jab back. It's just my favorite type of humor. So, I mean, I grew up on David Foster music and his production and the way that he is able to curate experiences of music is incredible. I mean, one of his songs is on my album Grown Up Christmas List. He
Yeah.
played the piano for that actual song on the album. He was my first ask. He immediately said yes. Every single time he comes through either New York or New Jersey, I'll get a call and say like, "Hey, can you stop by the concert and sing a song?" Um, and hopefully I'll spend a little time in LA when I'm out there doing my tour dates out there with him because I want to at least hook up and do a little grown up Christmas list for the Soch if we can. But
Okay. Yeah.
he's incredible. It's when I get to be around these people again, it's like these little light bulb moments in my head where I go, how the F lucky am I? I get to sit here with David at his piano, singing Grown Up Christmas List or singing, insert David Foster song here, Celine Dion, right? She's my queen. She's my ultimate queen. And he's written for Celine Dion so much that for me, I feel as though she and I are just one step away from a sisterhood. But David is the reason for all of these hits that are responsible for our youth. I
Yeah.
mean,
Timeless
it's
hits. Yeah.
he's the guy who truly does it all. So those are pinch me moments. David Foster moments are pinch me moments.
I would love to see you guys do a tour.
Oh, it would
Or
be
even like David Foster, you, Katharine, McPhee,
yes.
like the talent.
Yes. Yes. I work very well as the comedic relief to their, hysterical marriage quips. I'd be the perfect little person to come across the stage, but I do. I love that idea. I love that idea.
And yeah, because I saw David in June at the Bergen Pack this past June.
Oh, yay.
And after your holiday tour dates, you're still touring into the new year, and you're gonna be at the Bergen Pack doing a
Yes, we will.
Jersey hometown show in March, and then you have other shows sprinkled about. So how will those shows differ from the holiday shows?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna the holiday music will have ceased. We will put her to bed. And what I like to do is my musical director is Mary Mitchell Campbell, and we met through Kristen Chenoweth and through Jonathan Groff and Gavin Creel, and she's one of the premier musical directors on Broadway. And so she and I, on top of just becoming best friends, she's my musical director, and we sit down and we really do curate lists of songs, pop, Broadway, rock, classical, um, based on number one, trends that people are liking, and number two, what fans want to hear. My shows are also really based on storytelling, and the fun thing for me is there's always a story to tell. There's always a funny story to tell about something that's happened in a show, the times that I didn't fly when I was supposed to in Wicked. There's People love hearing this stuff, and I think it makes you relatable. So for
Totally.
me walking into these spring shows, it'll be a bit different because there are a bunch of shows that are on my horizon and on my calendar next year that I can't announce yet, but that will be featured within these concerts, I think.
Okay. All right, cool. When will that announcement come?
Oh God, I hope like maybe February.
Okay. All right. That's
February,
cool.
at least for one of them, but it's kind of cool to have some stuff in the fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, you also, since 2024, have voiced Lou in the adult animated musical series Has Been Hotel.
Yes, I have.
Voiceovers are such a different beast from Broadway, acting on stage, musicals. So how has that experience been? And,
Oh, I love it, Will. I love it so much. I've always wanted to do voiceover stuff, right? I mean, at least myself used to sit in my room and be like, which Disney princess can I play? And which I still feel. So
who
when
would that
this,
be, by the way, not to interrupt you?
what'd you say?
Who would that be, by the way, not to
Oh, I
interrupt you?
mean, look, it's got to be a new one, but if I could go back in time, it would be Ariel.
I was gonna guess that. I wish I said that.
Were you? Oh, she's
Yeah,
my,
because I was gonna
I
say
mean,
you'd be a perfect Ariel. You really
oh,
would.
oh man, like just on the rock singing part of your world. Please, I get excited. But no, Luke came again. It was one of those, it was a new series. It came across my inbox from my voiceover agent. I put it on tape. I said, "This is like, there's so many curse words in here. This makes sense for a Jersey girl. This could be fun." I wind up booking it. We start recording, and it has become this cultural, like, huge thing. I mean, I had a song come out a couple of weeks ago, in season two. Lute has a big song in season two, and I think we're already up to like 100 million streams. It's a crazy show to be a part of. And also it's a different fandom, right? I'm starting to do Comic Cons. I haven't gotten to do that before. It's a very
Those fans are very loyal, very
they're
loyal.
loyal. They are rabid in the best way. They are ride or die. They are cosplay. They will gift you the world. And it really goes to show how much people love art in its different forms, right? You've got the cosplay art, and the animated stuff is so different than the Broadway stuff, but at the end of the day, the heart of it is very much the same. People come to enjoy the one thing that makes them feel,
Scene.
again, safe and seen and heard. And Has Been Hotel is also extremely I think gay coded. And and for that community, I think it's so wonderful and so important and so special to have this adult animated series that is able to bring that to the table in this raunchy, crazy, completely unhinged way, and to be one of those characters who's the villain. And I love playing the villain, like hashtag more villain god, please.
Yeah, I feel like the villain has to be a fun role to play because you can
Oh,
really like immerse yourself into the character and just not give a shit, you know?
oh, it is. It doesn't get any better. It really doesn't. It doesn't. So for me, it's a thrill. We are still recording well into season four. Um, so this thing has been greenlit, and I feel like the luckiest gal in the world. I really do.
Yeah, congratulations, because your plate is full.
She is full, babe. She's full. I hope, I'm ready. I need to take some carbs. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to eat it up.
Now, are there any 2026 projects that you can discuss? Or would
No,
you give some
but the
tea?
one, no, I can't discuss them, but they're really good.
Can you
And
give
they're
hints?
original.
Any hints?
Um, Pentatonics.
Oh, okay. All
Um,
right.
Beaches. Beaches the musical. Bette Midler. That's what I can say.
Ooh, okay. Now I have some ideas.
Yeah.
I feel that's going to be big just by your reaction.
I just am, she's ready to originate. So let's put that on the table. Let's put it in the universe. Let's manifest.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun because you know I got questions, so I'm trying to get as much out of you that you're able to reveal.
I know. Pull it out. Pull it out.
This has been so much fun. Before you go, I want to ask a little bit about like Vosk in the city.
Yeah, baby.
So,
She's the gift that keeps on giving.
yes,
This is the
yeah,
listen, I never knew this would be a thing. I never knew it would blow up. It has blown up. It has given me some of the most cool opportunities that I have had yet. I just thought I'd be walking down the street one day doing a little episode cameo for a gala that asked me to open their gala. Turns out a friend of mine said, I think this needs to be a thing." We made it a thing, and it has gone so viral that I will say at the stage
yeah.
door, it's probably the thing I get the most, and I love it. I really love it. It's where I feel the most comfortable. It's where I give the least shits, and it's kind of one of the things that I'm looking forward to most about having a little bit more time in the next couple of months is the Vosk in the city of it all, because that means I get to travel to different cities and I'm going to start doing them when I'm on Christmas tour. Like I'll be in Boston, I'll do a Boston Vosk in the city. When I'm in LA, I'll do an LA Vosk in the city. I think it's going to be unhinged.
Yeah, and people want that now. And I think that's just because of the state of the world. You know, there was like a period in like social media where, the glam thing was trending, but now people just want raw and real. I'm sure you've noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, I've always wanted raw and real. I
It's
always
same,
want,
yeah.
I want somebody who's going to be able to tell it like it is. And you know what? If you don't want to watch it, then you skip it, babe. It's no, I'm not precious. So whatever it is that I talk about, and again, it's not like I'm just talking about flowers, rainbows, and donuts. I like to talk about Trump. I like to talk about Epstein. I like to talk about the stuff that's going to make you feel weird. And
Yeah, me too.
that's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some stuff with life in it.
that's
And
right. That's exactly right.
with everything going on right now, I mean, first of all, compare last year to now at this time. Like we're worried about inflation. Everyone's worried about like benefits being cut off. We're worried about, the job market sucks. You
Yeah.
know, what I'm really concerned about, like 45 million other people, is health insurance because if you're on the Affordable Care Act and if they
Yes.
gut every form of credit, people are gonna just not pay insurance and they're gonna get sick. Like you have ICE doing so many things
Oh,
that are illegal. Like we're Epstein. I
oh,
mean, Epstein is just the like icing on this
oh.
whole cake.
You know, it's hard because I feel like everything comes at us at the same time, and we're seeing all of this happen all at once, and I think that's what's making people's mental health
Oh, absolutely.
go
Yeah.
down. I think it's making people find it difficult to prioritize things in their life and to find a cause that makes the most sense to them, because what we're seeing is just doom. It's just a lot of doom. And these days, I think it was easier a very long time ago to be able to sit middle of the road and sort of say, well, I'm fiscally conservative, and I'm other ways I'm very liberal. But right now what we're dealing with is just a strict morality issue.
Yeah, because these type of characters were not the what was happening years ago, you know?
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, I remember when I did Wicked, and it was the first election in 2016. And I remember people saying like, "Oh my gosh, did they change some of this Wicked dialogue for this election?" And I remember going, "No, but isn't it interesting that you liken the wizard to somebody like a Trump?"
Yeah.
And it's very true, right? We're watching again this influx of Wicked happening again because of this film, and and you're also going, wow, look at the similarities of somebody wanting people's rights taken away. Look at the similarities of you know something like SNAP benefits, which have never ever been taken away before. This is the first time that that's even been on the table. I mean, these are things that almost are difficult to make sense of at all.
Yeah.
So, you know, any that's why Vosk in the City exists for me, right? For me to be able to talk about these difficult topics, and for a reach to be had for people to see them, and maybe somebody who was on the fence about something or who didn't understand what it meant to talk about illegal immigrants, or what how absolutely bull batshit it is to have ICE in general. Um, and if I can change their mind, or if I can plant a seed that says maybe I was wrong, um, or maybe I should look at this from a different angle, because if I could put myself in that position, how would I want to be treated? That is the reason I do stuff like this. So again, I love a red carpet. I love dressing up. I love a full beat. But what I love more is being able to change your mind about something that you might not have thought about before. That's my ammo.
I love it. I love it. And I'm holding out hope, especially the
Not
next,
hope, babe. There's hope. There
yeah,
is.
a month and a
There is.
half. I'm hoping that like he's forced to extend the Affordable Care Act because a lot of people are going to be hurt by that. Um, and just that no more damage could be done than what's already been done.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think both sides are seeing that now. I don't.
Yes, that's the only I've been reading like in the news now. You're seeing those Republicans are starting to be like, no, you can't keep doing this, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like, okay, now you're getting
If
pushed.
we see someone like a Marjorie Taylor Greene now completely,
Of all people, yeah, exactly.
I think there's a trend that's about to happen that will be broken a little bit wide open that I don't think people thought they were going to see. So I do believe there's hope. It'll take a minute, but there's hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been fun chatting with you. I know Kim was like, you have another interview right after mine, but I hope to meet you at the show.
Yes, please let me
Yeah.
know, let Kim know when you're coming so you can come backstage.
Oh, totally. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to meet you and, continue our chit chat.
Me too. This was so great. This was so great. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. It was so much fun. Smile real quick for a photo. I'm gonna
Okay.
share it on social. That was great. Thank you.
Thanks, Will. I'll see you soon.
Yes. See you soon.
Okay.